Hello there. Thanks for joining us for your Jamaica Magazine. Coming up, a look at some nutritious indigenous Jamaican foods. Then the benefits of drinking locally produced cow's milk. And later, tips on how you can be fully prepared in the event of a natural disaster. Stick around. The show continues right after this break.
Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Wednesday, June 22. New legislation and regulations are being developed to address the sale of contaminated fuel in the local market. Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley made the announcement during his sectoral presentation in Parliament yesterday. He said the measures, which are in response to the bad gas report from the Petroleum Trade Reform Committee, were being pursued with great urgency. The goal is to prevent a reoccurrence of last year's reports of substandard fuel being sold in the market and the negative impact on motorists.
The government remains resolute in our commitment to ensure that measures are in place to protect consumers.
Minister Wheatley said legislation would be amended to strengthen the requirements for importing and distributing petroleum products. Stricter licensing conditions will also be introduced, as well as the testing of each shipment of fuel imported, among other measures.
Re-establish a fully staffed petroleum inspectorate under the purview of the ministry to, among other things, regulate, oversee, and monitor the petroleum sector and process the granting of licenses and renewals.
In the meantime, Minister Wheatley said redress was still being pursued for victims of last year's bad gas cases. The Consumer Affairs Commission is looking into the matter and has already received $25 million in claims from victims. The Energy Minister also unveiled the government's plans to increase the country's renewable energy platforms by another 100 megawatts during yesterday's sectoral presentation.
Government will return to the markets with another RFP for 100 megawatts of renewables during the course of this year.
A power purchase agreement is being worked out with 8 Rivers Energy Company to supply 33 megawatts of solar energy to the grid at 8.5 US cents per kilowatt hour.
This project, Mr. Speaker, will be located in Negril, Westmoreland, and will have an investment of US $50 million and will employ approximately 200 persons during construction and some 50 permanent employees. Construction is slated to start, Mr. Speaker, in 2016-17, and first supply to the grid will be in 2018.
According to Minister Wheatley, this and other investments would put Jamaica on track for producing 15% renewable energy to the grid by 2020. A request for proposal will be issued for an additional 50 kilowatts in a waste-to-energy project.
That the turnaround time for this particular tranche of generation procurement will be quick.
Schools should not be charging exorbitant fees. This is the charge coming from Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid. The minister, who was speaking on Tuesday at a GIS think tank, said the practice was unlawful.
The law requires that any fees that are being charged by schools ought to be approved by the Minister of Education. And what I have said to the team is that we do not expect any increase in any charges over and above last year, because all schools will be getting additional resources from the government. And so we are providing guidelines to schools shortly in terms of the reconfiguration of the charges that they will do at that level.
Minister Reid said the ministry would be working with principals and school boards to ensure compliance with the tuition-free policy. He was also quick to add that the sixth forms were not a part of the free tuition policy, as they are considered post-secondary.
So the sixth form fees are in fact mandatory and they're not classified as auxiliary fees.
The Ministry of Health has endorsed the introduction of 2 new products to help control the mosquito population in Jamaica. The products were launched by Hardware and Lumber yesterday. One is aquatane, which forms a liquid film when a few drops are applied to bodies of water and gets rid of pupae, larvae, and eggs of mosquitoes. The second product is called the Into Care mosquito trap that lures egg-laying mosquitoes with a special odor. When the mosquitoes make contact with the larvicide and fungicide on the traps, it binds to their bodies and gets transferred as they move to other breeding sites, thereby contaminating and killing larvae and exposed mosquitoes in multiple locations.
Prevention is always going to be better than cure, collectively and individually. And that's what a product like this does, and therefore, to my mind, having passed all the appropriate tests that we conduct to sanction its authenticity and its health, the benefits and its purpose or cause for which it is promoted, we are about embracing, endorsing, and supporting.
20 of the Into Care kits and solutions of the aquatane were donated to the Waterford High School in Portmore yesterday to help control the mosquito population in that area. Hardware and Lumber will also bear the cost for the placement of the kits at the school by licensed pest control operators. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is hailing the United States for helping Jamaica achieve some critical milestones. Mr. Holness says the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has been aligning its help with the country's development goals and objectives in a number of areas, including environment and climate change resilience. He was speaking on Monday at a farewell reception for outgoing USAID Mission Director to Jamaica, Denise Herbal.
I want to wish you all the best. You have, in your service, done a great job for humanity. You have touched many lives.
And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
Finger-licking jerk chicken, Helcher fish and bami, will run down yam and banana, roast breadfruit, sweet potato pudding. Jamaica food sweet. So let's make a pledge to use more local produce and less foreign goods. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
By now, you should be aware of the Ministry of Agriculture's Grow What You Eat, Eat What You Grow campaign. Eating Jamaican food affords us the opportunity to support our farmers, save money, and source options that are as good as or of even better nutritional value than some imported foods. Let's find out more.
The Jamaicans are running away with the event. Can Trinidad and Tobago take the second spot? Asafa Powell, Jamaica, gold, 37.10, world record!
Born and fed in Jamaica, homegrown athletes sustained by the foods of the soil, enriched to reach international heights of glory.
This is a fabulous moment in Jamaican and Caribbean track and field history. An
agricultural sector steeped in a tradition of excellence, ripe for expanded production, energized to tap into new markets. A nation of champions. Food. For most, that probably means the broad label for just about every edible item we humans consume. Now, Jamaicans fully agree to this, but in the lingua of the island, food is also a specific term for the side dishes that accompany the main course of Jamaican meals. You might also hear them called ground or grung provisions: yam, potato, sweet or Irish, dasheen, cocoa, cassava, and others that are staples of the island's agricultural output. Farmers, supported by government and strong private groups, plant and harvest these crops for the discerning Jamaican consumer and a reliable export market. As the world marvels at the lightning speed of the likes of Usain Bolt and Veronica Campbell-Brown, many have asked, is it in the food? Perhaps the yellow yam?
969.
When we roast the yellow yam, when we roast the yellow yam, and we slice it in a tube, and we slice it in a tube.
The skin is brown, sometimes black, and some say scaly. Peel away the outer layer and get to the heart of its starchy goodness. There you'll find fulfillment and a taste that is as distinctive as the indescribable talent of our trailblazing athletic stars. More importantly, in the heart of our yams are essential nutrients for healthy living: vitamins C and B6, potassium, manganese, fiber, and iron. These nutrients converge in several varieties of the Jamaican yam, a tuber with off-white, purple, white, yellow, and sometimes red flesh, depending on the variety. For every type of yam, there is a uniquely Jamaican name, like renta, yampi, moonshine, or afu. Whatever the name, they're all edible, just so long as you cook them first. And with thousands of acres of fertile land, yam production is an island-wide vocation in Jamaica. But you might be surprised, or not, to know that the most popular yam-producing parish, Trelawney, is also the home of the world's fastest man.
Corrected to 969. The relax. Usain Bolt. Tremendous running by this man.
Daylight come and me want go home. Work all night.
From jerk to curry recipes, Jamaican cooking is all about the spices, sourced right on the island. With the support of the state entity responsible for managing all things agricultural, the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Jamaica's spice producers are on the verge of stamping a bolder mark on the competitive international industry, with many programs unfurling to increase the production of traditional spices like ginger, turmeric, nutmeg, and pimento, and non-traditional spices such as hot peppers and onion. And the possibilities are bountiful. Take ginger and turmeric, for example. Both grow with relative ease almost anywhere on the island. Global trade in turmeric has been trending up, and so have prices. As for Jamaican ginger, it has long been considered among, if not the best in the world. Jamaica is a tiny giant in the world of agro-processed foods. Island producers are dishing out big, unique flavors, employing ingenuity and utilizing the support of state agencies to steadily eke out more of the international market for these goods. Whether your delight is tea, coffee, or maybe cocoa, Jamaican value-added producers have carved out a reputation for delivering only the best. Jamaica is known for its lush landscapes, revered for its music, celebrated for its track stars, and the world is hooked on our coffee. And it's hardly surprising. The species of choice in the Jamaican coffee industry, Arabic coffee, is widely accepted as producing the far superior cup. And Blue Mountain is the brand best loved by coffee connoisseurs from near and far, commanding high prices wherever it's sold. So, what's your delight? Whatever it is, Jamaican farmers and end producers are uniquely and creatively positioned to deliver. In this land of wood and water, champions are not just made for the tracks, they're also found in the fields and in the shopping carts of discerning consumers the world over.
Nobody want to plant the corn. Everybody want to read the band. Who you are go blame it on when it's a next man you are deep in pan. Well, you're wrong.
Farmers, let us be serious about predial larceny. It is affecting all of us. If you are aware of incidents of predial larceny, make contact with your local police station or call Crime Stop at 311. Predial larceny is everybody's business.
We all want to be healthy. Well, most of us. But are we doing what it takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Let's check it out. Are you drinking enough water? Exercising? What about your meals? Do you have servings from the various food groups? It's not too late to shape up. Here's a health tip. Start drinking more protein-packed milk, but not just any milk. Locally produced cow's milk. Here's why.
Milk actually helps you lose weight.
Protein in milk is what we consider high biological value for the mere fact that it has 9 essential amino acids.
Drink up, nourish your body with the goodness of cow's milk. Cow's milk, to some, real milk.
It's very refreshing, right? Whereas if your chest burning you can drink it and you get a lot of relief.
Cow's milk give you more nutrients than bag juice and all the other sweet stuff that you drink.
Like you come out early in the morning and you not drink no tea, you can drink a cow's milk and it make your energy up and running.
The government is on a drive to increase consumption of local cow's milk. It's part of the plan for job creation and economic growth, as well as to encourage healthy consumption habits.
Why is milk such an important part of the diet for children especially? Because milk has 9 of the essential amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, which are required for growth and development and protection. What else does the milk have? It has minerals, it has calcium, and we know the importance of calcium. And milk is one of the major sources of calcium for humans. And so calcium, we know, we need it for development of bones, for development of teeth. But also, calcium can also help to lower blood pressure. Calcium also helps in blood clotting. What else does milk have? It has choline. Choline is this mineral that helps the body to sleep. It helps in brain function, it helps in brain development, it helps in the formation of the tissues, the nerves in the body, so it helps with nerve impulses, so it helps their nervous system to develop. Milk also has potassium, all right? Potassium helps calcium to function, and it also helps in the formation of the bones, helps the body to use that, and it maintains bone mass.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
No, when I drink cow's milk, I have a lot of swelling because I have an allergy problem. It gives me a lot of bump swelling up on these things.
It is a known fact that people of African descent do not have the lactase, which is the enzyme that digests the lactose, which is in milk. And so most black persons tend to be lactose intolerant.
My views on that is that the body takes time to adapt. So the first you drink the milk, you have to give the body time to produce the right enzyme, the right proportion, the different bacteria to counteract the milk. Most people drink the milk and expect if you stay down, no, you have to take it over time. And do it gradually and little. The basic thing you have to do. Just scald it, and once you do that, it reduces the bacterial level in it, so it will have that effect on your body.
With the cereal, because you know it's not too sweet and it's balanced, so the cereal is already sweet, so the cow's milk will go well with the cereal. Your oats, you know, like you blend your banana, you can use the cow's milk to sweeten it.
Normally, when you make a chocolate tea, you have a milk, you don't throw cow's milk in and you're gone up and running said way.
I have milk with rum. I have milk with porridge, tea, anything.
I like to drink my cow's milk with the oatmeal biscuits or cornflakes.
Milk can have added nutrients, so we fortify the milk with vitamin D, and we know vitamin D again helps with absorption of the calcium. It also helps in bone formation and teeth. What else can be added to milk? Magnesium, the B vitamins, all of these give added nourishment to the milk. So children don't like, I think they don't like to see the white as well. So you can color it, you can flavor it. You can flavor it with chocolate, you can flavor it with strawberry. And people tend to use syrups, but you can also use fruits to flavor the milk. So people have now been making smoothies. But how much milk should we be drinking? A serving of milk in Jamaica and the Caribbean is half cup or 4 ounces. And what does that give us? It gives us about 76 kilocalories, that half cup.
Housewives, mothers, fathers, consumers, remember why milk is good for you The reality is there's nothing like cow's milk. Drink Jamaican real milk.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Hurricanes can strike at any time. In the event of one, be prepared to act quickly. If a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, review your home disaster response plan. Map out likely routes to evacuate if your home is at risk and confirm with relatives or friends you plan to stay with. Also, confirm the location of the nearest shelter. Check your emergency supplies and restock if necessary. Remember, disasters do happen, so be prepared.
We're still in Disaster Preparedness Month. How much do you know about hurricanes, earthquakes, or floods? It's often said to fight something, you need to understand it. Let's get the 411.
An unexpected natural or man-made catastrophe. Disasters almost always have a negative impact on people, goods, and services. They may also permanently change the natural environment. A disaster can seriously disrupt how society functions, causing widespread human, material, or environmental losses. It usually exceeds society's ability to cope using its own resources. There are two main types of disasters: natural and man-made. Natural disasters include earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, landslides, and droughts. Flooding can also be man-made. Other man-made disasters include fires, chemical spills, and transportation accidents.
Damage by disasters is sometimes immeasurable and may vary depending on the geographical location, climate, soil type, and degree of vulnerability.
In addition to physical impact, disasters may have an economic or psychological effect. Physical effects include death, injury, food scarcity, homelessness, disease outbreak, and the displacement of the population. The economic effects of disasters may include destruction of crops, destruction of property, disruption of production, and a setback to economic development programs. The psychological effect of disasters may include the loss of spirit and low morale among citizens, the trauma of displacement, and the loss of faith in the future. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, OPM, says there are several factors contributing to the risk of disasters in Jamaica.
We have to start with development, where we site development and the enforcement of development. Lack of management of the space, where we have housing in relation to where we have environmentally sensitive areas. That can lead to disasters. Also, if you don't have proper mitigation infrastructure to reduce or to prevent the effects of the hazards, natural or man-made, on the environment and on people, then we have disasters occurring. Waste management. If we continue to dump into our waterways, into our drainage ways, if we don't maintain our drainage infrastructure, then we could have a disaster occurring on our hands.
Over the years, disasters have caused billions of dollars in losses, especially in the agriculture sector.
So how can we minimize the impact of disasters on life and property? Effective disaster management.
Disaster management is a process or strategy that is implemented when any type of catastrophic event takes place. It involves the management of both the risk and consequences of an event. Disaster management may be initiated when anything threatens to disrupt normal operations or puts the lives of human beings at risk. The main purpose being to allow those affected to overcome adverse effects and return to normal functions as quickly as possible. There are several stages of disaster management.
You have the preparedness, mitigation or prevention, response and early recovery. In the preparedness phase, you want to do all of your training, capacity building, both of the local actors, the community actors, all the way up to the business sector and government. Mitigation is the second along the line, depending on where you start. And in mitigating, you're looking at putting in measures to prevent or to reduce the effects of the hazards on man and man's environment. If you fail to do all of the other things and do them well, then you're going to have responses to have to mount to the impact of these events. And so you're talking about your search and rescue, your emergency sheltering, your relocation issues during an event, so to speak, i.e. evacuation. All of that takes place in your response. And then you have your early recovery, which is after the event, after the impact, after the relief operations. You now begin to recover the systems, replace the impacted infrastructure and housing, and to get livelihoods up and running again, get people back to productive life.
Let's get serious. Yes, it's time for the talk. I said it earlier. We are in Disaster Preparedness Month. How prepared are you? Have you stocked up on enough potable water and durable food items? Do you know how to use a fire extinguisher? Have you taught your children the stop, drop, and roll method? Do you have a safety kit? And do you know how to use each item in the kit? Can you do cardiopulmonary resuscitation? Yes. Yes, I'm being a little extra, but it's always good to learn new terms. All I'm asking is, can you do CPR? It's an important emergency skill to have. I could go on and on, but one more thing. Do you know the assembly points at school, home, work, church? If you answered no to any of those questions, then there's work to be done. It's important to be disaster ready. Remember, making our island home a safe place to live, work, raise families, and do business involves all of us. Get prepared now. We've come to the final page of today's magazine, but another informative edition comes your way tomorrow. Don't forget to share your feedback and comments by sending an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. You can also follow us on Twitter and other social media platforms and visit our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do enjoy the rest of your week.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.